This is Fitness Blenders Hit Like a Girl, round number 2. In this workout, we're going to go through a quick cardio warm-up, followed by a 21-minute HIIT routine, and then we're going to finish it off with a quick cool down and stretch. Now, every single one of the exercises in this routine are body weight driven, so you're not going to need any pieces of equipment to get this routine done. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get ready for our cardio warm-up. We're going to be doing each one of these exercises for about 30 seconds. It's going to take us about 3 minutes total. So our first exercise is going to be a jog in place. Now take your time with this one, start really nice and slow, and then you can always start speeding up as you get closer and closer to the end of this warm-up. You're not trying to really give yourself a hard workout here, you're just trying to start getting that core temperature to come up, as well as start pumping that blood around your body. So just keep this at a nice low level of effort, just slowly let that body kind of do its thing by warming up and pushing that blood around. Got just a few seconds left to go till we switch to our next exercise, which is going to be a side step pull. And go ahead and switch, so stepping left to right. As you step off to the side, one leg swings back behind you. You're going to bring those arms back behind you as well. Start really warming those hips up. Start really warming those legs up. Getting a little bit more motion into those shoulders to try to start warming those shoulders up as well. Just keep that pace nice and even. Slowly moving back and forth. Make sure you're really trying to slowly increase that range of motion the entire time you're doing this. Now we got just a few seconds left until we move on to our next exercise, the boxer shuffle. And go ahead and switch, just get those feet moving back and forth. Stand up on the ball of your foot, just kind of shifting your weight left to right. Keep those lungs open, breathe normally, trying to stay as light as you can on those toes as possible. Really lightly, just kind of bouncing back and forth from foot to foot. Again, trying to stay up on the ball of that foot the entire time, trying to let that heel completely touch. I've got just a little under 10 seconds left, just keep it going. We're almost done. We're going to be moving on to just a traditional squat next. And start up, feet just a little wider than hip width apart, maybe about shoulder width apart, squatting down nice and low. Keep that back perfectly flat, trying to get those hips at least down to knee height. Slowly start working into that range of motion, warming up those knees, warming up those hips. If you need to, limit that range of motion and then just start trying to push more and more as you can as you start becoming more warm. But try to get down with those hips down to those knees at least by those last few repetitions. Nice flat back again, lungs open. Almost done, switching to jumping jacks. We got a last one, nice quick motion. Make sure those arms and legs are perfectly rigid. Those core muscles are contracted nice and tight. You want a nice quick snappy motion. You want to bring that core temperature up the rest of the way, bring that heart rate up a little bit more. You want to be actually panting a little bit by the time you're done with this. Because it's the last exercise in our warm-up, you want to really work on trying to get that core temperature up, get that heart rate up really nice and high to get you ready for these next exercises in our HIIT routine. So make sure you really push it. We only have a few seconds left to go. And let it relax. Good job. Let's go ahead and get ready for that HIIT routine. We're going to be doing 9 different exercises, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 4 times through per exercise. We're giving you about 20 seconds rest in between. So our first one is going to be a burpee. Let's go ahead and start it up. Now, there aren't very many exercises out there that hit as many muscle groups as the burpee does, so this is going to be a really challenging exercise. Try to do it as quickly as you can control. If you need to slow it down, that's perfectly fine, but the goal is to keep up with Kelly or move faster than her. Got just a few seconds left. And pause it. You got a 10-second rest, then we're going to start right back into it again. Now, try to take this time to catch your breath as best you can. I know it's not a whole lot of rest, but do what you can. And start that next round, down into those burpees, down to that full push-up position. Kick those legs out to a nice full extension. Come back up, jump at the top. If it's a little bit too hard for you, you can always cut that jump out at the top, make it just a little bit easier. But try to make sure you're keeping that form nice and solid, and you're trying to move as quickly as you can control. Again, just a few seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. Another 10-second break. Make sure you're keeping those feet moving. Whatever you do, don't stop moving. Keep those lungs open. Try to recover. Start up here in just a second and begin another round of those burpees. Get those feet moving nice and quick. Make sure you're jumping as hard as you can at the top. Make sure you're getting those feet out there as quickly as you can, popping them right back in as soon as they touch. Making sure you're moving as quickly as possible, as quickly as you can control, keeping those lungs open the entire time. Almost done. And let it relax. So we got one more round to go. Keep those lungs open. Remember, try to keep those feet moving. Get ready, and start in. There's your last one, so push everything you have into it. Make sure you're really nice and tired by the time you're done. You're going to get a little bit of an extra rest after this one, so keep pushing through it as hard as possible. Just a few seconds left to go. 3, 2, 1, and let it relax. Good job. All right, let's go ahead and get ready for our next exercise, which is going to be a crisscross thigh slap jump. This is going to be a really nice quick motion, just crossing those feet back and forth, jumping up, trying to slap those knees to those hands, and then back down, crossing those feet over again, but this time with that opposite foot in front. It's just a few more seconds till we start. And begin. Get those feet moving nice and quick. Make sure you're crossing a different foot over in front every single time, and make sure you're bringing your knees up to your hands rather than your hands down to your knees. Your body's going to want to let those hands drop to make it easier to touch, but try to make sure you keep those hands stationary and those knees are coming up to meet those hands. Almost done. Good. Let it relax. This is our first round down. You got 3 more to go. Keep those lungs open. Try to recover as best you can. We're going to start up here in just a second. And begin. Get that second round going, crossing those feet over, getting those knees up nice and high, slapping those knees to those hands. Remember, try to keep those hands up nice and high, bring those knees up to those hands rather than the other way around. Just keep it going, keep those lungs open, breathing as normally as you can. Just a few seconds left to go. And let it relax. Good job. 2 rounds down, 2 more to go. Let's go ahead and get ready for that next round. And start them up. Again, keep those lungs open. Make sure you're moving as quickly as you can, pushing as much effort into each motion as is possible, really driving those knees up nice and high. Nice quick motion with those feet, crossing them back and forth, one over top of the other, then hopping those feet again. Just keep those lungs open, moving as fast as possible. And let it relax. Good job. We have just 1 more round to go. Keep those feet moving, keep those lungs open, recover as best you can. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start up. Nice quick cross with those feet, hop those knees up, cross again, hop those knees again. Again, keep those lungs open, move as hard as you possibly can. This is your last round on this one, so really tire yourself out. Just a few seconds left to go. And let it relax. Good job. Nice big deep breath. Keep those feet moving. Our next exercise is going to be just straight high knees. Nothing fancy, just drive those knees as quickly as you possibly can. Same thing, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Got just a few seconds until we start up. Go ahead and get ready. And begin. Drive those knees as fast as you can. Barely let that foot touch the ground before you're pulling it right back up again. Try to get that knee to at least hip height if you can, higher if possible. Moving as fast as you can with every single step. Keep those lungs open, trying to breathe as normally as you can. You got just a few seconds left to go. And let it relax. Good job. That is our first round down. We got 3 more of those. Just keep those lungs open, moving those feet back and forth. Try to recover. And start them up again. Drive those knees. Get those knees up as high as you can. Barely letting that foot touch. Just concentrate on keeping those lungs open and keeping that form nice and clean. We're a little over halfway. Just keep those knees moving as fast as you can. Almost done. And let it relax. Good job. That's 2 down, 2 more to go. Keep those feet moving. Keep those lungs open. Try to recover as best you can. Let's go ahead and get ready for the next round. And start it. Drive those knees. Get those feet moving nice and quick. You're just over halfway. Keep them going. Drive those knees. Pick those feet up nice and quick. We're almost done. Just a few more seconds. And let it relax. Good job. Keep those feet moving back and forth. Keep those lungs open. Recover as best you can. We only have 1 more round to go. And start up. Drive those knees. Keep those lungs open. Barely let that foot touch the ground before you're pulling it back up. Make sure you're pushing 100%. This is our last one, so you get a nice long break after this. You're almost done, so keep pushing it as hard as possible. Just 5 seconds left to go. And let it relax. Good job. Nicely done. Let's go ahead and move to our next exercise, which is going to be a split jump burpee. And this is almost exactly like a traditional burpee, the only difference being at the top, instead of jumping, you're going to just split those feet back and forth, trying to make sure you alternate which foot is in front every single time. So we've got just a few seconds till we start this up. And start it. Drop down to that regular burpee position, come back up, split those feet, back down again, split those feet in the opposite direction, back down again. Make sure you're moving really nice and quick. Make sure every single time you come back up, you're trying to start with a different foot forward than you did the time before, making sure you're getting a nice, good, full range of motion for that burpee, kicking those legs out. And let it relax. We're already done with our first round. 3 more of those to go. Just breathe deep, try to recover. Just a few more seconds till we start. And begin. Get into that next round. Get those feet moving nice and quick. Full burpee position down the bottom, dropping down into that full push-up position, then hopping back up really nice and quick, splitting those feet kind of in a lunge position, just nice and shallow. Make sure you're hopping back and forth real quick, then back down again. Almost done, just a few more seconds to go. And let it relax. Good job. That's 2 down, 2 more to go. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start up. Those feet moving nice and quick. Remember, keep those lungs open as best you can. Keep that form under control. Keeping a nice flat back when you're standing up, making sure you're getting a good full extension on those legs when you're down at the bottom. Just keep it going as quick as you can control. Almost done. And let it relax. Good job. We have just 1 more round of these to go. Keep moving those feet. Keep those lungs open. Recover as best you can. Make sure you're pushing 100% into this last round. And start it up. Nice quick motion, 100% effort. Make sure you are just completely dead by the time you're done with this round. You get a nice long break as soon as you're finished, so make sure that you're pushing yourself 100%. Don't leave anything behind. Just 5 seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next exercise, which is going to be 3 mountain climbers and a jump squat. Now remember, you're only counting on 1 leg for those mountain climbers. You're actually going to be doing 6 total, or 3 on each leg. And then you're going to bring those feet up underneath you and jump as hard as you can from that squat. Just make sure you're alternating which leg you're starting with and ending with those mountain climbers. All right, go ahead and start up, drop down, get those mountain climbers going. Come back up, jump as hard as you can, then right back down again. Keep those feet moving as quick as you can. Make sure each one of those motions is nice and solid. Keep that form as clean as you can. At the same time as moving as quickly as possible. Now we're almost done. Just keep them going. And let it relax. Good job. That's your first round down. We got 3 more of those to go. Just keep those feet moving. Keep those lungs open. Try to recover as best you can. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start again. Drop down for those mountain climbers. Nice quick motion with those knees. Up, jump as hard as you can, and right back down again. Now make sure you're trying to keep those hips nice and low while you're doing those mountain climbers. Make sure you jump as hard as you can. Keep it a nice flat back when you do that jump squat. Almost done. And let it relax. Good job. That is 2 down, 2 more to go. Let's go ahead and get ready for that next round. And start up. Nice quick mountain climber motion. Jump up, nice hard jump, right back down again. Just keep those lungs open, keep that form nice and clean. Make sure you're moving those feet as fast as you can. Make sure you're jumping as hard as you possibly can at the top. Just a few seconds left to go. And let it relax. Good job. Just 1 more round to go. Just a few more seconds. Go ahead and get ready. And start up. This is your last one. Push it as hard as you possibly can. Don't leave anything behind. Keep moving those feet as fast as possible. Keep those lungs open. Nice hard jump at the top. 10 seconds left to go. Almost done. Keep them going. And let it relax. Good job. All right, we're going to give you a little bit of an extra rest here. So if you need a little bit more, feel free to hit the pause button. Otherwise, we'll start back in just a second. All right, let's go and get ready to start in again. Our next exercise is going to be rocket squats. You're going to count 3 pulses on the way down, each one getting a little bit lower. And on that 3rd one, you're going to jump as hard as you possibly can, as high as you possibly can. So we've got just a few seconds left, and we'll start into these in 2, 1, and start them up. So pulse down and jump as hard as you can. Remember, 3 drops down, a little bit lower each pulse. Then that 3rd one, jump as hard as you possibly can and go right back into it again, dropping right into those next pulses. Just keep it going a little bit longer, just a few more seconds. And let it relax. Good job. That's our first round down. We got 3 more to go. Just keep those feet moving. Try to recover as best you can. We got a few seconds left till we start into our next one. And begin. 3 pulses down. Jump as hard as you can at the bottom. Start right back into those pulses again. Now make sure you're keeping that back perfectly flat. Make sure you're trying to get as low as you can on that last pulse as possible. You want to try to get those hips at least to knee height, lower if you can, and then jump as hard as possible. And let it relax. Good job. That is 2 rounds down, 2 more to go. Keep those feet moving, keep those lungs open, recover as best you can. Let's go ahead and get ready. And start up again. 3 pulses down, nice and low on the last one, then jump as hard as you can. Then go immediately back into those pulses. No break in between. Make sure you're keeping those lungs open, that back flat. Got just a few seconds left to go. And let it relax. Good job. We have just 1 more round to go. Try to recover as best you can. Make sure you push 100% into this last round. Get ready. And start up. Nice quick pulses dropping down. Then jump as hard as you can at the top. Again, make sure you are pushing 100% into this as hard as you can jumping up. This is your last round on this one. Just keep it going. Just a few seconds left to go. And let it relax. Good job. Let's go ahead and move on to our next exercise, which is going to be a high plank jack. Now this is basically just holding a high push-up position or a full push-up position while simultaneously hopping those feet in and out nice and quick. So you want to try to move those feet as fast as possible, keeping those hips nice and low in that full plank. We've got just a few seconds until we start. And start up. Come up into that push-up position, hop those feet back and forth. Try to keep those hips low. Try to keep those feet moving as quickly as you can. Now, just because of the nature of the exercise, those hips are going to kind of come up a little bit. They're going to try to get higher and higher and higher as you get more tired. So try to really, really focus on keeping those hips nice and low the whole time. Just a couple seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. That's your first round down. You got 3 more to go. And let's go ahead and get ready for that next round. Coming up into that full push-up position. And start up. Snap those feet in and out really nice and quick. Try to get them as close together in the middle as you can. And then when you jump those feet out, try to get them wider than shoulder width. So at least shoulder width, but preferably twice shoulder width. Nice quick motion back and forth. Again, try to keep those hips nice and low. And let it relax. Good job. That's 2 down, 2 more to go. Keep those lungs open. Try to recover as best you can. Let's get ready for that next round. And start up. Get those feet moving nice and quick. Try to snap those feet together as close as you can. Again, getting those feet out as wide as you can, at least wider than shoulder width. Keep those hips down. Keep those lungs open. All those core muscles engaged nice and tight. Just a few seconds left to go. And let it relax. Good job. We have just 1 more round of these left. Try to recover as best you can. Let's go ahead and get ready for that last round. And start up, moving as quick as you can. Again, try to push 100% into this. We've got a little bit longer break after this one, so don't leave anything behind. Make sure you're getting really nice and tired. Keep those feet moving as quick as you can. Keep those hips down nice and low. Just a few seconds left. And let it relax. Good job. Let's go ahead and move on to our next exercise, which is going to be a 3-runner switch. So you're going to be doing a static runner position. You can do 3 times on one leg, then switch to your leading leg, do 3 times on the other side, and then switch back. Just keep alternating back and forth really nice and quick. 3 repetitions per side. Let's go ahead and get ready for that first round. And start up. Lunging forward with one leg. That rear leg does that really nice quick runner motion. Then switch sides after 3. Do the same thing on the opposite side. And switch back. Keep that back nice and flat. Stay down a little bit of a lunge with that front leg. Make sure you're moving as quick as you possibly can the entire time. And let it relax. Good job. That's your first round down. You got 3 more to go. Keep those feet moving. Keep those lungs open. Try to recover as best you can. Let's get ready for that next one. And start it. Nice quick motion with that leg, moving as quickly as you possibly can. 3 repetitions, switch sides, 3 reps on the other side, and back again. Make sure you're staying nice and low. Make sure that back stays flat. Moving that leg as quickly as you can. Just a few seconds left to go. And let it relax. Good job. That is 2 down, 2 more to go. Go ahead and get ready for that next round. And start up. Lunging down nice and low. 3 quick repetitions on one leg. Switch sides and 3 quick repetitions on the other. Nice flat back. Keep those lungs open. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Just keep it going as quick as possible. Almost done. And let it relax. Good job. We have just 1 more round to go with this one. Keep those feet moving. Keep those lungs open. Recover as best you can. Go ahead and get ready. And start it up. Remember, this is your last round, so make sure you're pushing as hard as you can. Move that leg as fast as possible. Staying down in that lunge as low as possible. Just keep that motion going. We've got a few seconds left to go. Just keep pushing through it. And let it relax. Good job. Let's go ahead and move on to our next exercise, which is going to be a lateral hop plus a jump. So you can do a lateral hop to the left and right. Make sure every single time you come back to the center, you're doing a nice high jump in the center. Now this is our last exercise of this HIIT routine, so make sure you're pushing through every single round of this as hard as possible. Let's go ahead and get ready to start off that first one. And start up. Lateral jump off to the left, back to the center, nice hard jump in the center. Then lateral jump off to the right, back to the center again, another nice hard jump. Make sure you are pushing that range of motion as much as you can, trying to get as wide as possible with those jumps, as well as trying to get straight up as high as possible in that center jump. And let it relax. Good job. That is your first round down. We got 3 more to go. Keep pushing your way through this. Just a few seconds left. And start back in. Nice hard jump to the left and right. Nice big hard jump straight up. Make sure you're trying to keep as low and wide as you can for that lateral jump. Make sure you're trying to jump as straight up in the air as you can for that center jump. Just a few seconds left to go till we're done. And let it relax. Good job. 2 rounds down, 2 more to go. Let's go ahead and get ready for that next round. And start up. Pushing as hard as you can. Keep those lungs open. Keep that form as clean as you can. Remember, trying to constantly push that range of motion. Just keep it going. Just a few seconds left to go. Keep pushing it. And let it relax. Good job. We have just 1 more round to go. Make sure you push it as hard as you can on this last one. All we have left after this is a cool down, so make sure you really push it. And start up. As wide as you can go with those jumps, as hard as you can go with those jumps. Trying to get straight up in the air for that center one. Trying to get as wide as you can for those lateral jumps. Make sure you're keeping those hips down nice and low for that lateral jump. Keep those lungs open, form nice and clean. We're almost done. And let it relax. Good job. All right, guys, we are done with our HIIT routine, which means we're moving on to the cool down and stretch portion of this routine. We're going to be doing each one of these exercises for 15 seconds. Let's go ahead and get ready for that first one, which is going to be a boxer shuffle. Just going to be 15 seconds of trying to very slowly let that heart rate drop down. So don't let it just completely stop and go into a really static hold. You want to nice and slow, let that heart rate drop down, let that core temperature start to drop down. Just a few seconds left. We're going to switch off to those arm circles. Nice big arm circles, stretching back and forth, forward and backward. Just calling it alternating your weight back and forth from leg to leg. Just keep that motion going, trying to really push that range of motion. Let all those sore and tired muscles just kind of stretch out and relax. Let's move on to the next, which is going to be an arm cross swing. So straight in front of your body, just back and forth. Slowly stretching out that chest. Make sure you're going in a nice, slow, controlled motion. Don't just swing those arms uncontrollably. It's a relatively slow squeeze back and squeeze across in front of your body. And go ahead and let that relax. We're going to switch off to a toe touch or a wide toe touch. So feet just a little wider than hip width apart. Those hands go down between those feet. If you want to, you can stretch those hands back behind you or just straight down between those toes. Just stretch those hamstrings as much as you can. A little bit of a bend in that back, but not too much. Go ahead and stand back up. We're going to do a quad stretch next. So 1 foot back in your hands. Squeeze that heel to your butt as close as is comfortable. Pulling that knee back behind you, just stretch the front of that thigh. Just a few more seconds. We're going to switch sides. And go ahead and switch legs. The opposite leg comes up, pull that heel to butt as close as is comfortable, and then push that knee back behind you to stretch out the front of that thigh. Might even feel it through the front of that hip. A little bit longer. And go ahead and let that one relax. We're going to switch to a shoulder and calf stretch next. So up against a wall, press one leg back behind you really nice and far, shoving that heel down to the ground to stretch that calf. And then stretching that chest down towards the base of the wall to stretch those arms behind you, stretching that chest and shoulder area. We're going to go ahead and switch sides. That opposite leg comes forward. Stretching that rear leg down towards the ground to stretch that calf out. Those hands still up against the wall. Pressing that chest down towards the base of the wall to get a good stretch for that shoulder. Just a few more seconds to go. Go ahead and let that relax. We're going to do a downward facing dog. So feet flat against the ground. Hands down against the ground. Try to get a nice straight line from your wrist to your hip. Pressing that chest down back towards those feet. Make sure those legs are as straight as you can hold. Pressing that heel down towards the ground. Hold it just a little bit longer. And let it relax. We're going to do a hamstring stretch. So sitting down on the ground, one leg out, one leg tucked in as close as is comfortable. Stretching down towards that straight leg as far as you can go. Try to keep that leg nice and straight. Stretching those hands down towards those toes. And stretch off to that bent knee this time. Laying over top of that bent knee. Should stretch up into that glute muscle. Just a few more seconds to go, then we're going to switch sides. And go ahead and let that one relax. Go ahead and switch which foot is tucked in and which one is extended. Make sure that extended leg is nice and straight. And just lay over top of that leg as far as you can, reaching down towards those toes. Hold it for just a little bit longer. And let that one relax. You're going to lay over top of that bent knee. Dropping down over top of that leg, trying to stretch that glute muscle as much as you can. Just keep those lungs open, holding that stretch, trying to let everything else relax. Just a few more seconds. And go ahead and let that one relax. We're going to move on to a deep glute stretch. So lay flat on your back, one leg crossed over top of the other. Grab behind that thigh. Pull it in as close as is comfortable. You should feel this on the leg you have over top of the other. So the one that's bent over top, you should feel it in the hip of that leg rather than the one you're holding on to. And go ahead and let it relax. You're going to switch sides. Grab that opposite thigh. Again, you should be feeling it in the hip of the leg you have crossed over top. So not the one you're holding on to, but the other leg. Just hold on to it a little bit longer, pulling in as close as is comfortable. And let it relax. Let's move on to our next and last stretch, which is going to be a full body stretch. Pressing those hands and feet in opposite directions as you inhale. Exhale, let it release for just a second, and then inhale again, pressing those hands and feet in opposite directions. Try to do it just a couple more times, just a few more seconds to go. And let it relax. Good job. That was our very last stretch, very last exercise, which means this workout is complete. Good job.